Thanks for the follow, Judge Judy. Alright, hello and welcome to Fight for Blight, Session 26, Test of a Family Bond. Before we get into tonight's game, let's do what we do every week, every time we have a session I should say, be more precise with that. Check in with each of our players. Let's start with Crix. Crix, how was your week?
I had a good week. Let's see. Well, NASCAR stuff, so yay, I guess. Went by really fast. That's really about it. But it was good.
Alright. Nothing too eventful then, from what it sounded like. Adashi, how about you? How was your week?
Yeah, it was good. Busy. I started a new job last week, so just learning a new industry, a new company. It's fun. But yeah, other than that, same old, same old.
Good. May, how was your week?
I had a really great week. I hurt my back this weekend though, so I'm pretty incapacitated. So that's a bummer. But I'm doing all right.
That's good. I'm guessing that's why you're saying Trot Dog was making sure you were comfortable.
Yeah.
That's good. Just Stalin, how was your week?
Work-wise, just a normal busy week. The weekend was pretty eventful. We ended up adopting a new puppy, and she's only 2 months old, and she's a mix of, is it lab and retriever? So she's still potty training, and I'm teleworking, so that's a fun combination. So we got her on Friday, and then Saturday, I thought I was gonna get a new car, and I drove an hour away, and turns out somebody bought it like 30 minutes before I got there, which was a bummer. It's like a
Heard.
black 2013 Audi A4, so I have that on my radar right now because I kind of want one. But things are well. I'm just keeping my eyes peeled at this point.
Dang, that's crazy that you drove all that way to find out that you're just like a half hour behind.
Yeah. So, and the guy called me today, but I was like, "Fuck you guys." So, the manager. But I might talk to him later. I'm not gonna be able to go back to that same location for a while. So, but like I said, I'm keeping my eyes peeled. I'll find something sooner or later.
Yeah, for sure.
Not hurting too bad.
That's good. Cryptilly, how was your week?
Yeah, my week been pretty interesting. Yeah, I had a little sports injury. Pia got her first sports injury. uh, So and that's been fun. But work's been good. Everything's been pretty chill. Besides all of that.
Good. Last but not least, the heir to the throne, Vieric. How was your week?
Thank you for asking, Hip Hop Whole Cage. It's been pretty cool, you know. Um, Nothing too eventful. Having a little fun every here and there. You know.
It's good. Does work let up a little bit for you? Since the last time you had brought it up, you said you were in like a hell week.
Oh, not at all. Things are just getting worse. You've seen the news.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, me either.
Well, because there's not too much going on in the news, nothing to talk about there. Who would like to take the lead on the recap? A little bit more this time to discuss than our previous recap, but still a fairly short one.
We fought two mongoloids and we met our dead auntie. That's all I got. Sorry, guys.
And we discovered that anytime we take out some undead, it kind of releases them from a curse. We saw that when they were glowing gold, but I'm pretty sure it was Cryptilli that realized that she could simply do a prayer to remove the curse from those remains.
That is correct. So far, touching on a couple of main points of detail, making it to your aunt, Silvera, at the end, and then also a way to avoid combat with the undead.
We also revealed a bit of our past, or our ancestors' past, through going through different rooms, and if there was blood on or within that room, it would link up to these engraved messages on the ground. So we could kind of see a bit of Severa's past. And we learned that she was a pretty badass archer, but she still died during this battle with Cilium when our ancestors began to try to take over the land.
Good job, Justalin. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to add to that before I give them a little bit of a narrative?
Nah, just auntie's a badass.
Colorful light balls, but that doesn't matter too much. I don't think.
I can't remember. I don't know if I missed this, but after she like comes sort of like appears and then she heals us and gives us back some of our abilities, and then she tells us we still have some more work to do before we all sort of pass out.
Yeah, and she
Oh, yeah.
basically roofied us.
I forgot
major.
Auntie roofied us.
And now we see what happens.
There we go. I was wondering if that was going to be brought up. Didn't really think about it, but yes, that's essentially kind of what happened. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into our story with this. Continuing on, presumably, still on the day of May 9th, year 1101. Each of you haven't seen the sun in what feels like days. However, when thinking and concentrating for a brief moment, each of you know to be over a few hours that have passed. You can only assume it's still the same day without seeing the sun or hearing word of neighboring news. But with each of you making it into Silvera's final resting place, she made her way out of the sarcophagus to greet each of you and exchange a few words before asking each of you to breathe deep, trusting her. Within a minute of breathing in the blue cloud, and informing each of you there is more work to complete. Each of you had fallen unconscious, everything going black. What seems to be an entire lifetime passes while it's complete darkness before a voice is heard and a little light seeming miles away begins to appear. An observation of your demeanor will take place. I'm taking you to a place unknown to each of you, but you'll still hold your standings. Go and live your lives as if you were free from your chains of royalty. And I'll move you all to this map. Now, this is the entirety of Elista. Each of you is a Dane, the northeast corner. But I'm not going to place a marker on the map. It's kind of like an unknown location. But as the light grows bits brighter, seeming to come closer to each of you, eventually the sounds of nothing begin to sound that of a vibrant town. Once your vision comes to, you each find yourselves placed in the center of a market. Taking a quick look around, you notice that there's plenty of weapons, armor, jewelry, food, ales, wine, plenty of other exotic goods neither of you have seen. But Justalin, can you roll me a history check at advantage since you've actually been traveling about the area of Elista, not just spending your entire life in Blight and Zidane?
I think he stepped away.
Oh,
Yes, I was gonna ask if I can do it as well
Yes.
because I'm a history buff.
I'll
Well,
allow it.
Tilly is.
So, being a bit unsure of your surroundings, the main thing that you're able to each tell right away is that it is quite hot. It's almost unbearable with each of your winter clothing on. But, Cryptilli, you notice that there's fruits and other types of like farmed goods, vegetables, things like that that don't do well in Zidane in the icy climate. But you also see other sorts of animals that are in quite of an abundance. You feel you kind of remember back at home in Blight where if there are sheep or anything of that nature to produce the wool, there's not that many, but it seems fairly common that many individuals hold 2, maybe even 3 dozen livestock, cows, horses, and other various animals. Virik, I need a actually just give me a perception check at advantage. You feel your right pocket is a bit heavy.
Oh, it looks like I have a successful little trek here. But I'm gonna reach in it to see what it is, though.
Reaching in, you feel almost this smooth object, and it's very, very cool. As you take it out, it is a hollow diamond-shaped heart. Inside the heart, you see a small bit of red smoke glowing.
I'm just gonna smile and say jackpot.
Do I notice him pulling that out of his pocket?
Yeah, he didn't seem that he was trying to hide it.
No. I'll just ask him. "Mm, What is that, brother?"
I'm not sure, but it's diamond, so it's got to be great, right? Anybody want to take a
Did
crack
you
at why there's red smoke inside?
did you steal it off of someone?
Hey, mind your business. I might have. Just know that I have it.
Yeah. Um. I guess let me check it out, and I'll reach out for it.
And I'm gonna not hand it to her, but I'm gonna kind of grip one side of it and let her grip the other side and say, "What, you thought I was just gonna let it go?"
And of course, how else am I supposed to see what it is?
I punch Vieric in the arm and I say, "Stop being childish." And also, did you steal that from the tomb?
Once again, I might have, I might not have. Just know that I have it. And I'm gonna hand it to Creep Tilly and say, "Hey, you take care of this beautiful little thing here."
Yeah, and I'll give it a Arcana check to see if it has any magic.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check at advantage. You're quite certain that it does, but you're unable to put a name to it. But it does um, closely relate to what you would most likely be accustomed to is revivify and healing spells.
Hmm. Um, I'll hand it back to Vieric, and I'll just tell him to hold that closely.
Oh, you know I will.
Yeah. Um, and then I'll just tell them, just from looking around here, we're definitely out of our element. I have no idea exactly where we are, but I know we're far from home.
Yeah, the weather does seem quite different.
Maybe this isn't real.
Oh, I hope not. I do not like this heat.
May's gonna try to walk up to sort of the nearest person to say hello.
As you walk up, you make your way up to a male human. Very average build, brown hair, brown eyes, and very indistinguishable from most of the individuals around here. Well, how do you do, miss? What can I interest you in? You looking for some new armor, weapons?
Actually, just some information. My siblings and I, uh, well, we got a little lost. Now, this marketplace is in the town of.
What are you trying to get at? You're not sure where you are.
I mean, we're all right, but yeah, we don't know where we are. Where are we?
The Haven.
So is that the name of like a town or just the marketplace?
It's the name of the town. Must have fallen on your head quite good.
Yeah, what happens.
Do you know who we are?
Shakes his head. By the looks of it, some very, very much needed new clothing for the travelers, but definitely not from around here. In fact, I can show you some wares.
Do you have a map?
Of course.
Yes. Can I purchase a map from you? And could you mark where we are on it?
Sure. Hands you a map. And then points to a location. Then points to another location. Then points to another location. And then another. And another. And then continues this process till you move the map.
Are we moving?
You're everywhere.
Okay, am I the only one that thinks that our aunt might have killed us?
I don't think she killed us. I
What do
think
you
that-
mean everywhere?
I'm not sure how much more plain I can make it.
I don't think we're in our bodies anymore. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. Anybody else? Any suggestions, ideas, anything?
Well, why don't we explore?
How uncomfortably warm is it?
I mean, it's nothing that's, like, detrimental by any means, but it's definitely different. And with the amount of winter clothing that each of you have on, it's, well, I would say a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, May takes off her winter coat and like is trying to like stuff it in her pack.
Okay. So if each of you are going to take a look around, go ahead and roll me a perception check. I don't know if Joe Stalin's back yet.
No, I think he's still gone.
Yeah, I'm back. Ish. What do you need? My bad, man. Like,
Oh, a perception check if you can.
got you. I got you. I'm playing catch up.
Oh, puppy's pooping. Be right back. Cryptilli, Crix, and Joe Stalin, each of you notice that there are the quite abundance of fine wares around the area. The market is quite vast. It reminds you of the market back at Blight, but with much more variety and options to choose from. The three of you also notice, while there's quite a bit of individuals, you do mark out some that look to be slight nobility. Others that seem to be very, very poor. Begging for food, coin, things of that manner.
With that perception check, do I notice any magical items for sale? Or shops with magical items for sale?
You're not sure, but with the amount of items around, there seems to be a good possibility.
I say we all try to upgrade, and then we figure out what's going on.
I don't really think we should split up, but I guess if you want to, we can.
We could travel in teams. That would help.
Travel to do what?
Upgrade, of course.
Upgrade what?
Armor, weapons, what have you.
If we are dead, is our money still good?
We could figure it out.
And I'm gonna annoyingly, like being very annoyed, kind of whisper like out loud, but not like loud enough for people to hear me that aren't my family. Just like, Auntie, are we dead? What's happening here?
And May is like angrily whispering at Vieric, I don't think our aunt sent us somewhere for us to go shopping. I mean, it's just, I suspect that we're not here to do shopping.
Vera, can you communicate with Uncle here?
I was just about to say that. Let me see
Maybe we
what he
should
has.
leave. Maybe we should leave the crowded market before we try to communicate with our long dead relatives.
It's alright, it's
Yep.
just a voice in his head.
Yeah,
But
they
if we're
don't
not
know.
in our bodies, you might not be able to talk to Uncle.
Or we'll see him in person.
And if there is a big problem here, then it just turns into a bunch of free stuff.
If
There
you
it
all
is.
want, if you all want, I could try to detect magic in the area and see if this is all some kind of illusion or something.
You can give it a shot while I try to speak to our uncle. And I'm gonna pull out Silverwind and I'm gonna mentally ask him where we are, what's going on.
You should also try and collect some of this foreign dirt for your collection, Adashi.
Oh, great idea. So Adachi will scoop up some dirt and find a bench or someplace where it's like not weird to sit and kind of focus to do a 10-minute ritual on detect magic.
Got it. Cryptilly, your Silver will answer you. No, you're not dead. Just live your lives. That's all I ask. Vieric, your response. I don't know, but I wouldn't trust her.
Thanks. That was very helpful as always.
Okay. If no one does anything else after 10 minutes, Adashi, your detect magic will go off. And you sense all sorts of magic around you. All different types coming from armor, weapons, jewelry, things that just appear to be bags. There's numerous things that catch your attention.
I think Adachi will stand up and kind of double take and like he got hit in the face with some invisible object. And then he's just gonna start like running around the market, trying to track down all the magical, looking really crazy. And he'll just be kind of like talking to himself. Enchantment, and this is evocation, and an illusion. And he's just like, kind of, he's not touching the stuff, but he's just kind of like hovering his hand over it, and just kind of probably making a bit of a.
So I'll look at Adachi concerned and ask him, I'm like, brother, what's going on? What is it?
It's all magic. It's almost everything here. It's all magical. I mean, I could spend another 10 minutes and identify each thing, but I've never seen this much magic in one place.
Interesting.
I'm gonna look over at May and whisper, still think we shouldn't upgrade?
I don't know what I think anymore.
Is there maybe one stall or like one vendor that has more magic, cool things than the other? I just think Adachi would want to ask him questions about where he got all his stuff.
There's definitely a couple shops that seem to have a little bit more than others, but there is just so many different things around here. If each of you are going to take part in a bit of shopping, then I just basically have one simple question for each of you.
Yep.
I would like to shop.
I would like to shop if there's magical things.
Oh yeah, I need an enchanted bow.
Okay. So, with this area, basically, my main point to just simplify it is if there is a magical item specifically that you're looking for, let me know. I'll look it up, and as long as it's not like too busted, cool. If you don't really have an idea, we can kind of like custom go about it and just make one up if need be.
Can we only get one thing?
Well, how much money you got?
Exactly. Depends on how much money you got. And luckily, I'm in charge of all the funds.
This is when everyone comes to Uncle Sam Creptilli. Hand out, please.
I got a diamond heart. I don't need money.
No, you don't want to sell that.
It depends how deep in gambling debt I get.
Adachi would look to his siblings and say, "Is there something, some type of magic one of you guys are looking for? I mean, I can sense all the magical. I mean, there's so much magic, but like if you tell me kind of what you're looking for, I might be able to point you in a direction."
Well, for me personally, if you can find maybe a magical weapon like a short sword, saber, or a bow staff, I would be glad to have it if they're available.
Just so you know, just Stalin, since I know you're not very familiar with magical items, there are magical items that give you bonuses to your AC that don't take up like armor, like bracers of defense. I think it's like a +2 to AC.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
would have never known that. So
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying like if there's something that like you're thinking of and you're not sure if it's a thing, it might actually be a thing, and if it's not, then we'll discuss it and make something work out of it.
So it's not considered armor though. It's still unarmored, like those
Correct.
places of defense. Got you. I'll try to do a quick research real quick too though.
May, what were you gonna ask?
I would like something that could make my spells work stronger or work better.
What do you use for your spells?
The first couple things that come to mind are like orbs of power, and things of that nature. But I think that those are specified to certain classes, so you can look into those, May. And if so, then we can just custom make something for you.
I found something called. Sorry, had a muscle spasm. I found something called Amulet of the Devout. I put it in the Discord.
Yeah, like so for that, for an example, that might, because I think I have that on a cleric of mine, and I think only clerics can use it. But let me double check. I may be mix matching things.
Oh, it says requires attunement by a cleric or a paladin.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means only they can use it, not a cleric can
For
attune it.
that one in particular, but like I'm saying, like if you find something like that, like we'll make it so it works for a ranger. We'll just make it a homebrew thing.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Me in particular, I would like to find something that boosts my AC.
I mean, for that Creptilli, because we don't consider +1, +2, that kind of thing magical. You'll find plenty of +3 armor various types of choosing. And there's also different things like shields, of course, plus 1, 2, 3. But then there's also things like a shield that can cast the spell shield and give you plus 5 AC as a reaction.
Any like boots or anything like that? Because I already have like my shield. I know it's a regular shield, but
Not any that come to mind off the top of my head, but I mean, you can feel free to look, and then, like I said, we can custom make stuff.
sweet.
If there's bracers of defense, then we could just call them boots of defense.
Yeah, I'm definitely game for either of those right now. I'll just look them up.
Quick question. When something says you have resistance to psychic damage, what does that mean?
That if you take psychic damage, it'll be halved.
Oh, so psychic damage is a specific kind of damage.
Yeah, since you'd have that, I might say, like, okay, this is 8 psychic damage, then, so, like, instead of you taking 8, you would just take 4.
Oh my god. Okay, now I have a very specific type of item that I would like to find. Is there anything that we can find in the shop, speaking with the shopkeepers, that have something that is like dispel magic that can keep us from being mind controlled?
Mm-hmm. There's, protection items, yes.
Yes. I would definitely look for those first.
Well, there's only certain kinds, so you'd have to be specific with what you were looking for. Like, would you want to be resistant against being frightened, feared, paralyzed? Like, there's tons of different conditions.
Yeah, I was just trying to go for the condition that the green smoke did to us, which I remember talking to Lady Faye about, getting some details.
If you can land on a condition to choose from, then, all about it. But unfortunately, if we were to do something of protection of everything, that might be a little overpowered, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. I'd have to
Yeah, there's
figure
like
out what the best one is.
like protections from like energy, where even like because that captures all, for an example, that well, it's like a spell, but you choose a resistance type: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. So you have to, like, go off my description essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, if I did that, that'd just be for Cilium. I don't know. Okay.
There are also cloaks of protection. So definitely don't mind doing like boots of protection as well. But it's not just an AC bonus, it's actually a saving throws bonus as well.
Ooh. Ah, that'd be dope. I think I would just go with some trinkets or amulets that keep us from being charmed. I feel like that's the closest to what happened.
Well, got plenty that'll do that for you. How much gold you got?
It depends on how much those cost. I might have to go work to get some more.
Well, they go quite fast. You need to make a decision now, or you might lose them.
How many do you have?
6.
For 6?
Look, you look like a kind-hearted lad. I'll sell these to you for 100 gold apiece.
100 gold apiece. What do you think I am? Born yesterday? I'll give you 150 for all 6.
He just starts laughing crazily at you. That wouldn't even cover half the cost to pay for it.
Okay. Half the cost, I'll give you 200.
He just starts shouting towards others, advertising his wares.
And I'll walk back to the group. Ah. That's too many. I think I found something that might help us should we return back to this fog anytime soon. But I think the price is too steep.
Well, what is the price?
He was asking 600 for each one of us to have protection.
I've got 25 gold I can lend you, Cryptily.
No, I'm not worried about that. I just think that's too much to pay. Especially not knowing where we are and should we be able to return. Did I know he was keeping those trinkets at?
There's just a few displayed out on the table, but the others were kept in a box. Appeared to be like a small lockbox, maybe medium size.
Okay.
Alright, so what do you guys do?
I want to see if I can get some kind of enchanted bow that is more accurate than mine. I'll say, I guess.
Well, now I'm like, I don't think we returned. I have no idea how the fuck that smoke affected us. I'm gonna reconvene with the Dashi.
Yes, sister?
Um,
Do you want...
I'm not quite sure what was going on when we got taken over by the green fog, but I definitely want to have something, if we can, to keep from succumbing to that again. Do you have any recollection of what type of magic that was?
It was definitely some type of enchantment, but I think it was so powerful it was kind of hard to tell. I mean, it acted a lot like an enchantment spell. Um, I mean, our lineage is normally resistant to any kind of charm, but obviously, we fell under it pretty quickly. Um, I I did learn a spell that allows me to kind of keep fog at bay, um, but it only creates a 10-foot radius. I don't know if it works for all of us. So I think your thought process is in the right place. Not sure if that helps.
No, I think that's quite all right.
What if there was something in this market that would allow us to breathe air, but not the poison or whatever was in the fog that affected us?
Sounds like another invention.
I actually found something in
Scuba
5e.
tank!
It's actually it's called breathing bubble. Wondrous item, common, translucent bubble-like sphere. Has a slightly tacky outer surface, and you gain the item's benefits only while wearing it over your head like a helmet. The bubble contains 1 hour of breathable air. The bubble regains all
Old
its
school scuba suit.
yeah. We're gonna look like Sandy Cheeks.
I want to go over to Creep Tilly and say maybe you should go barter for the charms again. And I'm gonna wink at her.
Well, don't we already have resistance to being charmed? As Adashi mentioned.
We do, but I didn't help my fog.
Yeah, it definitely didn't help us with that.
I'm gonna go see if I can find someone or something that could help us breathe the fog but not be affected by it.
Yes, that seems like a good way to go as well.
And I look at Virik and I say, whatever you're thinking, don't.
What? I'm just thinking we can have a good time here.
Yeah, Virid. Don't at all wink without Mavar seeing me.
I'm gonna look over at just Stalin and say, hey, maybe you should talk to this guy and see if you can talk him down on his charms.
And I'm actually gonna check another vendor and see if they have something similar for a lower price.
Yeah, I'm like, can I do a check to try to lower the charms?
Sure, you can give me a persuasion check.
I
Straw
just want
tie.
him to be a distraction because I'm trying to get them charms myself.
Yeah, that's okay. You
That's
just
fine.
do you.
Nope, that didn't work.
So while he's buttering this guy up, I want to see if I can get inside that lockbox.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check. Avoiding everyone in this busy market. Oh yeah, you feel like you're fine. Just Stalin, give me a perception check. Virik, give me a perception check. Crix, give me another perception check, and Mayvara, give me a perception check.
I don't see anything. I'm thinking about weapons right now. Mavar is inventing stuff.
Just Stalin, if you can, perception.
Hey,
Oh wow.
You definitely notice that the vendor seems to be looking out of the corner of the left corner of his eye towards the direction Virik is coming from. The rest of you don't notice much, but just Stalin, you also notice the amount of children around in the area begging for food. But even with the vendor noticing, he still lets Virik grab the lockbox. Virik, you feel that you've done this without being caught.
So I guess I'm gonna try to just tuck it into my clothing or wherever the hell it fits that I can tuck it.
Sure, easy enough. You can hide it in your cloaks.
Well, all that.
I would cough when I noticed the vendor looking at Virik, and I would say, "Brother, you're not always as slick as you believe yourself to be. Not always as sly. Careful."
I'm just gonna say, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. And slowly try to make my way off.
I mean your nature, let him go.
Dashi, what were you saying, bud?
Oh, I was just saying if while that's happening, could Adachi kind of like solo approach a different vendor, someone that looks like got like a lot of magical stuff, looks wise. I don't know. So Adachi would just go up to them and say, "Hi, I'm looking for. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't have a ton of money, but I'm looking for a that I could use to protect someone. Um, I've been tasked with protecting someone extremely important to the realm. If there's just some way that even after, I mean, gosh, I hope it doesn't come to this, but death, I would want some way to know that person's safe. Some way that I could take their blows instead of them if something was attacking them. Like anything like that. I just want to make sure that I use my life to make sure he lives his to the fullest." Adachi has like a little maybe a little tear.
Like, blood magic, lad. What are you speaking of? I don't sell any of that shit to you. How would you even be able to do such things?
Well, I mean, you're the one with the magical stuff here. I mean, is there someone else I could, talk to, or? I mean, you got a blood magic scroll, something.
Nah, I'll see. But you're not being very specific, and it's gonna be hard to find something.
All right. Well, I mean, I do have some magical talents. Is there a way I could, like, pass some of that power to someone else to protect them? Does that make sense? If I'm incapacitated, I could, make sure that my power can be used by somebody else. Is that a thing?
No. I don't know if it's gonna work very much, but I have these two things called Iowan Stones.
All right.
Also, you see, this one here with the shield. This one is the one you hold the holding of for the one that wants to be protected. This one
Okay.
with the skull. Well, whoever's holding this one will feel their pain.
Got it. Okay. So the shield one will stay safe.
Aye.
Okay. Can I have 25 gold. I mean, I could give you something. And he starts like pulling out his sacks of dirt. Gosh, what else do I have? He's like looking through his stuff, trying to see if there's anything else he has that he could like trade for him.
I'll just take the gold. If that's all you've
Hey,
got,
thank you
I
so much,
believe
thank
you.
So he will give him 25 gold, and he will rejoin the group.
May would also like to find somebody to approach about her idea.
So, you're looking for some bubbles that'll let you get down to the bottom of the oceans, find the pearls that the others can't seem to bring up, is it? As I have just the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it work with air too, not just water?
A shrug. Why would you need it for air?
What, you've never been poisoned by a cloud?
Looks a bit confused. No, I can't say that I have.
All right, well, I'll take a look at it anyhow.
No, she directs your attention to a collar. It looks to be very similar to the collars that are on the sled dogs, wherever the hell they are. But as she shows you how to fasten the buckle, she says, and all you have to do is just give it a little bit of a twist here. And then as she does that, you see her mouth moving, but you don't hear any words. When she moves her head a little bit, you can catch little glares of light flaring off of this opaque bubble.
That's around her head?
Correct. And
I
she
try not
turns
to
it
move
back.
fast.
And then that's how it works.
Were you speaking when you were in the bubble?
But of course, how else could I demonstrate that it's sealed tight?
And how long do they last?
About an hour or so.
And they're single use, or?
Once per day. They seem to regain their power through the night.
I think this could work. How many do you have? I need 6.
How much gold do you have?
Not much. I have 20 gold, and I have a lovely longbow in perfect condition that I would trade with you.
Give me all the coin and items you wish to part with, and then these will be yours.
I mean, this longbow is really worth more than the gold. So how about just the longbow?
Well, then wouldn't you be without a weapon?
I have another one. This is extra bow.
And the gold coins, silver and copper.
Fine. And I hand over the bow and the gold.
Okay. Crix, you said that you were looking for a glaive or some type of defense items?
Yes.
Well, you'll be asked the same thing speaking with your vendor. How much gold do you have and which do you like? You want to take less of a beating or deliver one?
I would rather deliver one. And I have 23 gold, unfortunately. I know, I am quite poor.
Well, if that's all you got, then I'll take it.
Well, what's he got to offer?
The glaive. Or the bracers, or the shield, or whatever defense item you were thinking of.
Okay. I guess I'll take the glaive, although I don't know what it does.
I was gonna say, well, before you take it, do you want to know what it does?
I would like to know what it does.
So he'll explain. So you gotta have to not to blink, and then he walks over to a large log that is resting upon the ground, and he heaves it over his head, swings down with a brute force, and as he does, you see for a split second the head of the glaive seems to split in two. As he hits the log and then pulls back, it leaves two gouges upon the log. However, only one head of the blade remains.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll take that.
And Virik, I need a perception check from you. Or actually, yeah, give me a perception check. You hear what sounds like cracking. +3, +3.
What was that sound?
Cryptilly, while you're looking for other amulets of the protection for the charm, you'll find that you are asked a simple question first. How much gold do you have?
Gold. I have quite a bit of gold. It's not a lot, but it's all that my siblings and I have. So I don't want to part ways with all of it.
Well, how much is it?
I have 151 gold.
I will take it for 125, and all of them can be yours.
Wow, really? Thank you. And I'll give her 125 gold.
Just Stalin, what are you doing? And Virik, roll me a perception check at advantage.
So I'm keeping my eyes peeled for. This is like the priority order of the items. I either want bracers of defense, cloak of protection, or ring of protection. So of course I'm looking at like magical accessories right now. Things that's not armor per se.
Virik, while you hear the sounds of what appear to be more sounds of cracking, you also notice the vast amount of beggars, individuals that are hungry upon the area, poor and starving.
I want to pull some of my gold out and give them some of it.
And how much do you give?
I'm gonna say about 10.
You begin to feel a warmth.
That was interesting. Maybe the key here is to feed the people. Financially, that is.
Um, I'll after I acquire the amulets, I'll find everyone and give each one of them one and tell them that I may have spent all of our gold, but I think this would be worth it, or the majority of our gold. I think it'll be worth it, and I'll just give each one of them one of the items.
Well, thank you, sister. What is this?
Hopefully, something that will keep us safe from the fog if we should encounter it again.
That's my purchase as well. I found a woman who sold me this collar and she puts it on her neck and turns it on.
I'm gonna pull out the lockbox and say, "What a coincidence! My purchase was the same thing."
May's like angrily looking at the lockbox and talking inside the bubble, but you can't hear her.
Just Stalin, just so we don't get too far ahead. What items were you looking for again? Or your top item?
I was looking. You talking to me, right? My bad.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, braces of defense if I can find them, so I can get that +2 AC. If not those, another accessory like a ring or a cloak of protection.
Okay. Um,
Those usually are pretty common from what I've seen.
all of them will offer the same thing, so just depending on what you want. But
Okay.
you'll be asked the same question. How much gold do you have?
Okay. Wait, so they all offer +2 or is it +1?
+1 and then added to all saving throws.
Oh, gotcha. So I would say that I would want to spend 20 gold at the max, but I'm willing to haggle a bit if need be.
Well,
And I also have a sword that I would like to trade in as well.
how about 50 gold in the sword?
50 in a sword. That was a question mark.
Oh, yes.
Could I try to do a throw for
Yeah, you can give me a persuasion.
lowering? Okay, persuasion. Lower it to 40.
Sure. Let's see how high you roll. Yes, I could do 40.
Fair enough. So 40 and this short sword. And that's for the braces of defense.
Aye.
Fair enough. So I'm gonna just make myself a lot more broke, and I think that's all I'll be doing for now. I don't think I can afford any more magical items.
All right, each of you are met
Yeah.
back up.
Um, After I give those items, I'm gonna go. Oh crap! I forgot those boots, and I'm gonna run back to the vendor. I'll go to a different vendor though, and ask them if they have some boots that might um, increase my AC.
But of course, how much gold do you have?
I don't have any gold that I can part with right now, but I do have these items, and I'll pull out um, two azurite crystals and two lapis crystals or gems.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. If you have one more gem, I will make it a deal.
And you'll see Creep Tilly like frantically searching the bag, like, is there something else in here? And I'll pull out an obsidian crystal, and I'll give that to her.
That'll be just fine.
And I'll say, what did I pay for exactly?
These boots will offer you a tad bit more protection, just almost as that of a shield. But in case you find yourself under any spells, anything of that nature, well, you might have the will to break through.
Oh, thank you. And I'll grab the shoes like a happy person in the candy shop, and I'll run back to the group.
Those aren't your size! I'm just kidding.
That would have been too funny.
Those are just the displays!
Wait. Are you sure? And I'll try them on. And then I'll run away.
Vieric, another perception check, and each of you that are around him, which is all of you at this point, can each of you give me a perception check? Each of you hear little bits of what sounds to be cracking. Creptilli. This is definitely coming from Vieric.
Can I tell that that's magical? Or if it's magical?
If what's magical?
The cracking sound.
You can give me an Arcana check. You're not sure.
Not sure. But well, can I tell exactly where it's coming from Vieric?
Yeah, it seems to be coming from within his cloak, a pocket.
Vieric, what's that sound? What's cracking on you?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's my little jewel. And then I'm gonna pull it out and look at it.
As you reach your hand into your pocket, you grasp it, then it breaks. You feel slight cuts upon your hand, taking 1 point of damage. And then can each of you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
That's including me?
Yes, everybody.
My saves have been so bad.
As each of you stand there with a bit of a puzzled look upon your face, as Vieric has his hand within his cloak, the market then begins to spin. Begins to spin until everything becomes quite chaotic. So fast in motion, everything becomes a blur. The sounds fade, and eventually the ground beneath you begins to open up. Each of you begin falling and falling till you see red below. As each of you are falling through this pit, it appears that lava is below and there's nothing to grab. As each of you splash down into the lava, everything goes dark, quiet. There's no sound. Each of you feel at peace. We're going to go ahead and take our break right there. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
What?
I try to jump and I land right back into the lava. Apparently, the
God
lava of peace.
damn.
You're back. Alright, and we're back with more Fight for Blight. As each of you feel that peace take over, everything still quiet, then each of you feel yourselves whipped to the left, right, up, down, begin tumbling, feeling as if you're losing all sense of direction. Soon, a cold sensation, water, as you open your eyes, finding yourselves to be underwater, still tossing, turning, tumbling. Then each of you wash up upon a shore. Surrounding you, you find plenty of broken wooden planks, storage crates that seem to be busted and lost their contents, a few dead elves, high elves, wood elves, humans, half elves. But the sun is shining, still being fairly warm. Unsure of where you are, one thing is for certain: you're still not in Zidane. At this point, can each of you roll me a perception check? Need one more. Crix, Just Stalin, Kreptilly, and May, as each of you stand pulling yourselves up to your feet, you notice Adashi and Virik still lying prone, face down in the sand. You hear the sounds of the wood smashing upon more wood as the violent waves toss the wreckage upon the shore. But something catches each of your ears. It sounds like a baby, and a baby is crying.
So I would make sure that none of my siblings are face first in wherever the water's flowing from the tide, and then I would run straight for the sound of the baby.
Yeah, your family's fine. By the time you get over to him, Adashi and Virik are each picking one themselves up and following the sound. You find a little bassinet with a baby and a piece of parchment pinned to some cloth.
And you said like there's a lot of dead peoples around us.
What was the question, bud?
You said there were a lot of like dead people around us.
I was wondering
There's
if they were
like a half
bones
dozen.
or like freshly dead.
Yeah.
Like freshly, they seem to have drowned.
Gotcha.
You can see that they're
Yeah.
slightly bloated, blue in the face.
Yeah, Creep Tilly would kind of look away from the group and say a small prayer for them.
And I would look at my
While-
wrist. My braces are still there.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
While Virik and Adashi are kind of helping each other up, can Adashi try to put something in Virik's pocket?
Sure, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Good.
Virik, you turn, and as you do, Adashi's hand is in your pocket.
Can I smack it away and punch him?
Do you allow it, Adashi?
Sure.
Okay. You'll take what's your strength score? 2? Vieric?
11.
No. You'll take 1 point of damage, Adashi.
And
And
then Dashi would say, oh,
then Vieric, I need a well, I'll just say as you pat down, the first thing that you notice is a large object in your right pocket, and then you feel a smaller object in your left pocket.
I'm gonna have a confused look on my face and try to pull out both objects.
You find a very similar crystal heart with a bit of black or red smoke inside, and then you find what looks to be a stone.
Interesting. I'm gonna bring them to the group and say, I don't know what's going on right now, but I don't think I can take much more stuff in my pockets.
Adashi, I mean, before we join the group, I think Adashi. Stone, there's actually for me. Sorry, I know you don't love gifts, but I just wanted you to have that. I got it. Let's just say it was a steal at the market earlier. I think it should help you out in combat. Think of it as an apology gift.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just-
I don't say the bow.
Does the smoke inside the heart look any different than before?
It appears the same.
I say to Vieric, just try not to steal anything and break our auntie's heart this time.
I'm actually just gonna ask Veer, has he opened the box yet?
I was wondering if I had the box.
Yep.
Well, I guess we're gonna try to get it open. I don't know if I have a lockpick set still though.
May goes over to Justalin and tries to read the
You should
note.
still have it.
Yeah, May goes over to Justalin and tries to read the note on the baby in the bassinet.
While they do that, I think me and Creep Tilly are gonna work on this opening this box, and I'm gonna try to use my lockpick kit.
And thanks, May, because I'm slow. My hands are full.
Cryptilly, quick question. Did you just bring the baby back? Like, to the family?
Oh no, that's just Stalin, not
Or
me.
just Stalin, yeah,
I don't
sorry.
do babies.
I was reading what you posted when...
My bad. Yeah, I'm definitely comforting the baby. And I would like to think I had the note in hand, so I'm not the type to try to hide information, so.
Okay, the other thing, because I wasn't sure if you were just taking the baby back yet or not, the other thing is that you'll see that there's a sign. You're unsure of what it says, but there's a direction that points to the east and a direction that points to the west. But upon taking the baby back, May, you read the piece of parchment, the note that's pinned to the cloth. And the note simply reads, "His name is Harold of Norbury."
His name is Harold of Norbury. That's all this note says. Is this our father?
Well, the baby doesn't answer you if, like, you're asking the baby.
I'm like, well,
I'm just
Stalin.
playing May. Like,
Yeah.
the baby's still crying. Just Stalin sitting there, I'm assuming, still trying to hush the child.
Could Dashi roll like a history check to see if Herald of Norbury rings any bells?
So you can give me a history check at advantage.
This makes
Persuasion was try to calm the baby down.
Yeah.
It didn't work, I guess. I don't know.
Crix wonder which happened first: the baby being abandoned here or the boat accident. Because they might not be linked
For real?
together. Because why would you abandon a baby that just survived a boat sinking?
They might have was like, I'm about to die. He's still alive. Ugh.
Chuck! Yeet! Adashi. I mean, the name Herald, of course, rings a bell with that being your father's name, but in all of the books, things that you've read, other than your family being from the area of Glentz, that's really all that you know, but Norbury doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, May. I mean, our father's. I never heard of Norbury.
Maybe it's our grandfather?
How could our
Right, yeah.
grandfather be a baby?
Well, we're clearly not in Zidane anymore.
We're clearly everywhere. You heard the shopkeeper.
Maid investigates the dead folks and the ship to see if she can sort of like glean any information.
Yeah, Adashi.
What race is this baby?
Good question.
Damn good question.
It is an elf. Go ahead and give me an investigation check if you're looking over the individuals that have drowned.
Oh, I was doing that for the baby. I thought you were going to ask for it.
Adashi was more focused on the shipwreck and any clues about Norbury or.
You don't find anything, excuse me, amongst the wreckage worthy of note. May, you'll find that a couple of the symbols upon the individuals have what appears to be a large tree. Find some like pendants, hilts of swords, left shoulders of armor if they're wearing any, things of that manner.
I take a pendant, just to see if we can match it up to something. And then I try to go read the sign up close.
When you go take a look at the sign, it reads, "To the east, all the questions you seek will be answered. Prayers granted. Treasures of unknown wealth." And the arrow direction pointing to the west reads, "Norbury."
This is a test.
Clearly. Well, let's get this baby back to its family, I suppose.
Wait. Are we sure we want to get it back to his family? We have no obligation there.
I think it's pretty obvious that this is some sort of test.
But it might not be as simple as it seems, because it may be weighing the life of one child against the life of our entire country. which would then make going to our dreams and desires getting fulfilled the right answer.
I agree, Chris. I was thinking the same thing.
But it could just as easily be, are we greedy or do we do the humanitarian thing? It could go either way.
Just Stalin, at this point, you've gotten the baby to calm a tad bit. Still a bit fussy, but not wailing as it once was.
And I would say either way, it seems like we're all a bit lost at this point. We're not at home as we thought we were before, so why not?
If you don't have any lock-picking tools, then you can't lock-pick the box.
I do.
Oh, okay, then roll me a check. You should be able to hit your lock-picking tools.
Yeah, plus a D4 because it gave you guidance on that.
Okay, give me a second. I gotta find it again.
Yeah, it just should be in your equipment. All right.
I guess not, because it's not there.
You had one earlier in the campaign. I don't know what you did with it.
I know we broke something in the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought so. I think that was it then.
But I thought a
You
lockpicking
only
kit
have
had
one?
more than
What?
one lockpick in it. I thought it had 2 or 3 as part of its set. But I could be wrong about that. I don't really know.
I believe it has 10. But I don't know. I don't see one in your inventory.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I only broke one.
He might have thought it only had 1 and threw the whole thing away. That's a real royal move.
That's a real royal move, bro.
Privilege.
I'm dying right now.
So true.
And I don't see one.
I don't even remember deleting it, so
You can break
I
it.
don't know. I see something under tools, like thieves' tools, on the left of my screen.
Those
but
are your
like,
proficiencies.
oh,
I'll let you do a D20. Trying to use the crowbar that you have to pry it open. It's just you don't have enough strength to do it. You do feel that this could work. DC is much higher than an added D4, my friend.
I'll take it from him and ask him if I can borrow his crowbar. I might be a little stronger than you by now. And I'll give him a chuckle.
I'm gonna hand over the crowbar.
Go ahead and give me a strength check. It's roughly the same.
Oh, on second thoughts, we'll just give this to Crix.
There you go.
Crix just uses his hands. No crowbar needed. Crix, go ahead and give me a strength check if you want to try to pry this open.
Do I use my modifier, or is it just a flat D20?
Just the strength check. Vieric didn't have a modifier. Well done. 14 is what you needed. Crix Prize and Creptilli, Vieric, each of you are quite certain. If it weren't for your previous efforts, this wouldn't be as loose. but Crix pries it open with the crowbar. Inside, you see 5 amulets.
Nice. Are are some of them different than the ones that I saw earlier? Because I know only a couple of them were out on the table.
Nope, they look identical.
Haha, sweet. We about to have double the amulet strength. We giving these to all the gay gang. And I'll nicely just swipe those before Vera can realize it.
Wait,
But I'm
it's 6 of
staring at the
us.
box.
It's 5 amulets, but it's 6 of us, right?
Yeah, I already gave everyone one, so I'm just taking the extras.
It doesn't sound like Varric's gonna allow that.
I'm staring at the box.
Varric, you can go ahead and give me a perception check.
Can I give one too because I'm holding the box?
Yeah.
Or right there at it?
I mean, anyone who wants to
I beat
oppose that,
'em.
feel free, but
I already beat him.
both of you catch him.
Yes, both of you catch me, and I'm just gonna go. Just keeping these for a rainy day.
Sounds good to me.
That's fine with me. Don't try to steal from us again, Creep Tilly. Come on.
She's like our banker. She holds all our money, all our extra goods. We can trust her.
Yeah,
And
what
then
he said.
I just put them in the bag in the section with the rest of the jewels.
Okay, so each of you are still upon this beach. Just
for the
along
record,
with the baby.
is the ocean east of us?
Yes.
I will just say to the group, well, if all our prayers and hopes and dreams will be answered or given if we go right, I think we could simply pray that this kid finds his home, and we can also get more of the answers that we seek if we go right. Um, I'm not sure I'm willing to give that up. At least the option for someone that we don't know.
What do you say, Varric?
What if he's an important piece? We don't know where or when we are. We could ask our so helpful uncle.
This is true. And as always, brother, I'll follow you wherever you want to go. I was just giving my insights.
I agree. I will go where Varric decides. But when has one person ever been more important than an entire kingdom?
Well, ask our uncle. And in the meantime, I'll ask Silver, who is this child?
He could very well be the kingdom. Or would have been.
I'm gonna pull Silverwind out and mentally ask who the child is or what direction we should go in, like what direction he recommends.
Neither of you get a response in your questions.
Adashi would speak up and listen. If we think taking the child to Norbury's the right answer, and maybe heading other direction as a trap, if there's a chance it could help save the kingdom, I'm willing to walk that way. If you go to Norbury, I think it's worth a shot. There's 6 of us. We don't all need to go.
Well, we don't know where our father is from apparently, and this baby happens to have the same name. So we possibly could be in the past.
Or this is all an illusion.
I'd bet on the illusion, especially since our Aunt roofied us.
Can I keep my braces though?
Just stalling with the important questions.
Right, I'm like, I just want to keep my shit.
As you all are pondering who this baby is, just Stalin looks over. But I get to keep the bracers though, right?
So maybe we put it to a vote, since our aunt and uncle are so helpful as always.
I vote we do as Creep Tilly says and walk towards all of our hopes and dreams and prayers while praying for the safe return of this baby.
So the next question, do we take the baby with us, or we just leave it and say, hey, it might be fine?
Obviously, we take the baby, you moron. We're not going to leave a defenseless baby on a beach.
We are most definitely taking the baby.
So
There
why
might
take
be-
it away from its home then?
We didn't take it away
This
from its
damn beach.
homeland. We
We
found the
can go
baby on the beach.
towards the home though, not away.
Is that what you would like to do? Can you just make a choice?
Nobody else has anything to say. Okay, we're taking the damn baby.
We're
We are
taking it where?
definitely taking the damn baby, brother. It's the right thing to do.
We're taking it back to its home.
I'll follow if that's where you want to go.
Likewise.
And you'll just hear Creep Tilly muttering, "Fucking babies, little fucking needy things." And I'll start walking in the direction.
So since that's settled, we're gonna walk towards the baby's home then.
Sounds good.
Everybody?
Yep. I turned to Vera and I say, your instincts were right. Our aunt did seem to want us to shop.
Yeah, I know. They normally are, but whatever.
Well, then again, your instincts were wrong when you stole from her marketplace. I don't know, but alright. We'll see how this works out.
He's a mixed bag of leadership.
Aren't we all?
So as each of you continue the path to the east, you begin to hear sounds that are a bit strange to each of you. The only individual that has any recognition of some of these sounds is just Stalin. Stalin, you hear the buzzing of insects, birds chirping, you hear rustles of bushes, which you assume to be just little mammals, as each of you spot a squirrel for the first time in most of your lives, except for just Stalin, that is, seeing a squirrel that isn't white in color. This one brown. It perks up, looking at each of you, before jetting out back into the bushes.
This truly feels like my home away from home.
You got it, Crix. You point, pretending to shoot a crossbow. Would've hit it.
Still got it.
Did he just shoot the damn squirrel?
No,
was
I just
trying to be
gestured like I
nostalgic.
was going to.
Okay, I was trying to be all nostalgic and shit. I'm like, okay.
Sounds like a sibling to ruin that memory.
That's our fam.
With each of you continuing on, you begin to hear a voice. A female calling out, Harold? Harold, where have you gone?
Tadashi will yell back and say, he's over here. We have him.
Stay where you are, I'm coming. And then within a couple of moments, you begin to hear footsteps making their way towards you. In a few moments after that, the sounds become louder and louder.
I'm gonna draw my crossbow. Well, just knock it, not have it pointed at anything. Just gonna keep it in my hand at my waist.
Got it. Then out comes a very, very beautiful woman. A bit slender with long, straightened black hair, green eyes, and quite tattered clothing. You can see that there's a few blemishes, dried blood, bruises, and what may even be a broken bone. Her arm hanging limp on her side. Hey, baby. Did you find the hobgoblins that took him?
No, we found him by the beach alone. Well, near a shipwreck. With a note telling us his name was Harold of Norbury.
You see the female try to outstretch both of her arms, but the one hanging limp doesn't move. You can see her wince in a bit of pain.
What happened to you? And May takes her arm and casts Cure Wounds.
The baby is strong, but we truly wonder what happened to you exactly.
I was attacked by a tribe of hobgoblins that dwell in the forest, and she looks off towards her western direction. They took the bassinet.
They took a bassinet.
And they left me to die.
Did you write the note?
What note?
The one stating that this baby's name is Harold?
She looks a bit puzzled. Crix, you begin to feel that stuff doesn't add up.
I thought stuff didn't add up.
You there. My child. Can I see him? Can I hold him?
I'm gonna step in between her and the child.
And I step back with the child.
Why won't you give me the child?
You don't get the baby until you tell us why you're lying to us.
I'm
Well
not.
said, brother.
We don't child. Who is this child that you want?
Harold.
What race is she?
She appears to be a human.
I ain't letting no Humie touch our elf.
I roll my eyes, but I stay defensive based on the circumstances.
I'll raise my crossbow and I'll ask her, what is it that you want with an elf child? And please, speak plainly.
She looks down And as she does, you just hear a voice. You wouldn't want to do that. Then as she looks up, her eyes with a reddish hue. The weather begins to kick up violently. The bolt soars wide. You feel bits of snow, hail, and bits of ice begin to fall as well. The ground quickly becomes covered, reminding you of Zidane quite quickly. At this point, can each of you go ahead and roll me initiative?
And I'll mutter out, I don't even like babies.
I forgot to target myself. I'm sorry. I got an 18.
Well, I didn't put you on the map yet, so there you go. Alright, so I wasn't going to be 100% sure of the setup. I honestly figured May would have the baby. Either May or Cryptilli, to be honest. It was going to be one of the two, but then when Cryptilli was like, I don't do babies. So that there. And
She out to her, so I don't know.
well, I mean, I imagine you just being close to Vieric, at least somewhat.
Oh, yes, it's Eric's over there. Mm-hmm.
But with the snow and the ice falling quite quickly, the hair turns from a jet black to a bit of gray. White streaks begin to appear. A pointed, rounded brim, pointed hat appears upon the head. The skin turns a bit green. Creature begins looking quite a bit hideous in comparison to just a moment ago. Just Stalin, you feel your heart breaking. A love truly lost. Thank you.
Fuck me, I was trying to type. I'm like, what's going on? So much.
The only reason I said that is because someone said, alright, just Stalin, get in, or cue just Stalin, it was Vieric.
Hey, I tried
Yeah,
my
that was
best,
pretty
man.
good.
Okay, so I need to add Crix.
Natasha.
And Vieric. Okay, so at the top of the turn order, we have May. The individual looks over to you, May, gives a smile. You see a total of three tooths, and she says, "Thank you." As you see the hand, the arm, you hear a snap and a pop. The arm seems to be completely fine. But it is your turn.
May is pretty pissed, so she is gonna hit her with her short sword.
'21 will hit.
And
Dealing 10 points of damage.
I'm gonna hit her again for two-hand weapon, two-hand fighting, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunate. Natural 1 on the dice. I do believe you still have a second attack with your short sword, if I'm not mistaken. You have 2 attacks.
Yeah, I got extra attack as well.
Mm-hmm. Make up for that natural 1 with a natural 20 right here. Ooh, an 18's a hit, though.
And like the first time, she's like, "That's for lying to me," and then the other one, she's like, "That's for trying to steal a baby."
Cryptilli, the stats for the boots are +1 AC and then +1 to all saving throws. Alright, is that it?
Yeah, it's the end of my turn.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to summon my shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna move myself up here. And I am going to make 2 attacks against this creature.
If you're using the glaive you just got, roll me 1 extra damage dice.
Oh, I am. Cool. What's its damage die again?
A D10. Okay, so 11 for the first one. And 13 for the second. As you swing, the head of the blade splits. You can see it quite easily now that you're in control of the glaive itself. Both of the heads of the glaive snap in directly into this creature's back, leaving quite large gouges.
Awesome. I think that's gonna do it for my turn.
Just Stalin.
I'll call out to Just Stalin to say he can give the baby to my shadow if he wants to free his hands.
Only if you deem it best, brother.
That's your decision. I know you're a close combat fighter.
With full health, yeah. You're right. So I'll give it to the shadow. Is that an action though?
No.
Oh, dope. Okay, yep. Give it to the shadow. Is there anything I need to press in particular to put it to the side? Okay, gotcha. That just changed my battle plan, so I'm gonna reconfigure real quick.
Recalculating.
I thought you might want to fight unhindered.
I was just gonna throw some darts, but why not?
Not when they're that close. If it was from like just all into Adachi, oh yeah, I would ask for a check. But yes, that'd be the right check.
My mouse is acting up, but yeah, I'm moving here. Really doesn't matter about the space.
Alright, I moved you forward, bud. Right to the southeast of the creature?
Right, I'm guessing that's a miss.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And then a nat.
That'll be a hit, though. Well done, a natural 20. Nice, 10 points of damage.
And I guess I'll go with Flurry of Blows. That's my go-to.
21. That's a hit. Creature's not looking well, but with the second swing, you are unsuccessful in finding a target. 2 very solid hits, dealing a good chunk of damage as the creature looks quite bloodied.
I was concerned for the baby, but I also can disengage with the flurry of blows, so I'm going to use that. Wait, I might have messed that up again. I forget about the limits of disengaging. So it's 40.
You've used 35 foot of movement so far in total.
So when I disengage, I can only use 5.
No. When you disengage, you can use the rest of your movement, but you do have an additional 10. So with having moved, 5, 10, 15, 20 foot to there, you have, 30 foot of movement left?
30 foot. Okay, gotcha. I think that's...
It's a little bit different because normally disengages and dashes are part of your action, and then you have, your usual full movement remaining or doubled it. Monks make you have to do math.
Yeah, I know. When it comes to the movement, you definitely have to do math. And I just happen to be a drunken monk, and then I have to be a drunken mathematician, so lucky me. I'm just gonna move enough.
Where would you like to go to? Back towards your original spot? Or just to the left of Crypt
like
Hilly?
15 feet by a crypt. I think I have 15. Yeah. Appreciate it.
No problem. And just so you know, you're on the ruler. That might be why you can't select the token.
Yeah, I was trying to math. And show you that I'm not trying to, get some extra footage at the same time.
Oh, don't worry. I can see it.
No.
Adachi.
Yes, sir. Oh. Alright. Not moving there.
Did you do the back steps first? Because that was like 20 foot.
So weird. Okay, I really want to be next to the shadow. I don't know why Adachi just wants to yell out to creature and say, "What's her name and what's her purpose? Speak now or perish." And he'll kind of have like a fireball ready.
There's no response.
Adachi will say firebolt.
Alright, give me your attack roll. It is a miss. The firebolt singes itself out, snuffs itself out, I should say, as it hits the snow just shy. The creature, its bloody lips, bits of blood dripping down from the corners of its mouth, gives you a little bit of a smile, Adachi. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, Vieric.
All right, I want to move here, so I have a clear line and try to shoot from there.
All right. Go ahead and give me your attack roll as you knock an arrow and the arrow soars, connects for 7 points of damage.
And I'm gonna shoot another arrow, and I'm gonna say, let's see if we can wipe that smile off for good.
Second arrow hits for 8 points of damage. Can each of you give me a perception check? As the second arrow sinks in, the smirk remains as the creature's skin seems to turn to rotten flesh. The creature begins to slowly fall apart. And then Virik, you hear a voice behind you. Well, you didn't think it would be that easy, did you? And as you turn, she's standing behind you.
Can I still move, or I can't move after I attack twice?
It is still your turn. You did move a little bit. You have, I think, 15 foot of movement remaining.
I'm just gonna move there, and that's gonna end my turn.
She'll attempt to strike you as she swings her arm to the right. Her right arm, she swings to your right side and yells, "Bit to the left!" Does an 18 hit as you take an opportunity attack?
It does hit.
You will take 31 points of damage, but as you take the damage, Adachi, you feel the pain scrape across your back. You stagger just a tad bit to your right side, looking at Virik take a strike from behind. Each of you will take 15 points of damage, instead of Virik taking 31.
Could Adachi roll like a deception or like I'm trying to think what the stealth check to try like not like
I couldn't hear what he was asking. It was cutting out too much.
Oh.
Usually I can
Sorry,
kind of make it out, but
can-
that one didn't work for me.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can Adachi roll like a deception check or something to try to hide that he
Cut off at the important part. Hide that what?
dang it.
That you took
He just
damage?
wants to hide that he took damage, yeah. It's like what I don't know what
Oh, you can give me a
perception
performance
or
check.
stealth. Performance, got it.
You hide it fairly well.
He's good. He's good.
It's good. Some would almost say that this is a bard type of performance. Adachi, you see Virik as Adachi looks to be wincing a little bit, but then does kind of like a little two-step as he dances it out. He seems to be quite excited from battle.
Alright, that's gonna end my turn.
You see this creature place both of her thumbs together, her index pointer fingers sticking straight up. You can see that there's a couple of warts and misconfiguration to them. It seems to be almost in the shape of a W with how much a bending is going through with the appendages. As she lines each of you up within sight, I need each of you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Okay, so I'm gonna go down the line in order, from top to bottom. No numbers, just who came in first. Cryptilli. As each of you begin to see these flashing bits of lights, you see red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and black. As Cryptilli, the first one comes to you. And this one is purple. Well, indigo, because there's a violet one too. So you are successful on your save. Okay. And now I need a Constitution saving throw from you, Cryptilli. Yeah, re-roll it if you want, but it should be relatively the same. So as this indigo light strikes you, this flashing ray, you feel yourself become bound. Your muscles start to clench. Each of you look over. Cryptilli starts to turn to a block of ice. But before it takes over her head, you see Cryptilli give off a slight goldenish hue, and the ice diminishes. Next on the line, we have Vieric. Vieric, a blue ray of light comes towards you. This one connects. Ooh, pretty low. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta add. Four more d6. 36 points of damage on that. And your roll was a 20, I believe. Ooh, a 14. You will take 36 divided by the 2. You will take what is that? 18 damage. And Adashi, you will take 18 points of damage.
She's going to, as a reaction.
So far, I heard that you're doing a reaction, and that's all I've got, man. Okay, you use absorb elements.
Yeah, so it should just be 9, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, it's 18.
But I think absorb elements halves the damage. Sorry, I can put it. I should put the spell description. Yeah, so resistance to the triggering damage type. So with resistance, I think he would take 9 of the 18.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that's not gonna actually work. Because the damage you're taking isn't cold.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because it's from the stone.
Oh, I just assumed it was the same damage.
No, I was rereading it because I thought like you had to roll a dice, and I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. But it's from something else that I didn't even realize was a part of it. And then when I was reading it, I had to refer back to how you were taking the damage, but it's not an element, I should say.
Got it. Okay, then Adachi falls to the ground.
You're knocked unconscious?
Yes.
Alright. Well, yours is a pass. So let's do yours real fast.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, all of this would happen simultaneously. So yeah, you wouldn't automatically fail your dex save. But you would fail this one, because it is the indigo color, and you have to make me a con save, and since you're knocked unconscious, you can't make the save.
Hmm?
Like, each of you gets struck with, like, the rays at the same time, right? I just have to go through them individually because it requires a lot of different rolls. So since you would take that damage, be knocked unconscious, you would have passed your initial save, but then the following save that it needs from this, since you had passed the first one, would be a con save, and you would automatically fail that one.
Yep, agreed.
Only because of being knocked unconscious, and I imagine it being that simultaneous moment after. But you don't have to worry. The ice rises up to your neck, and each of you see Adachi essentially locked in a bit of ice. Only the head protruding. We'll go to May, and then I'll skip over Adachi. Okay, this one is green. May, you passed. May, you will take 19 points of damage. We already did Adachi. Now I am Crix and Just Stalin, which are both fails. Let's see if I can get both of these knocked out a little bit quicker. Okay, so that's a 3. And then a 7. Alright. So no fun ones. Crix, you are the first one, which is a yellow. You failed. Oh, look at all those 1s and 2s. You will take 28 points of damage. Just Stalin, yours was a 7. You are struck with the violent one. Violet, not violent. This is kind of violent, though.
Scared the shit out of me.
You now are blinded. And... Oh, okay. I like this. Alright. You're good. For now.
So, just blinded or something else?
I guess we'll find out. My suggestion would be roll higher next time.
Damn you.
Cryptilli.
What? I guess this is kind of dumb, but I'm gonna move closer to a Dashi.
Oh, Crix, I'm gonna need one for your shadow too, bud. I don't think it'll matter, but just in case.
Does that spell say that it targets creatures or objects or target?
I'm gonna
Because-
reread it, but I'm pretty sure it says creatures.
Then my shadow is an object.
Yeah, it
But
does
I'll
say
do
creature.
whatever you want.
Nope, that's fine. I just thought that it may fall under. I wasn't sure if it was creature or target, but then when you brought it up, I wanted to double check. Then I was like, I'm pretty sure I remember creature.
What about the baby? Does the baby have to roll a save?
Mm-mm.
This baby isn't real.
Mm-mm. Alright, Cryptilly, what else?
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot at this thing with my crossbow.
Looky there. Natural 20. Rolling that damage. 11 overall, not bad.
Does Adachi have to be conscious for me to do healing word on him?
No.
I don't. Okay. So I will use my bonus action to do healing word.
Adachi, you have 4 hit points, but ice is still up to your chin.
And as I do that, you'll heal me words of weakness and disappointment, shame. Be stronger.
Anything else, Cryptilly?
Nope. Now I'm gonna stand here in front of Adachi, and I'll just try to figure out what type of ice just got around him, and I'll end my turn with that.
Alright, it'll definitely take you a moment to figure this out. So, May, your turn.
Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna hit it with the long. If I can, since there's people in my way. Can I?
It's going to be a slightly more difficult shot, but yeah, you can.
So what do I do? Like at disadvantage or something?
No, just slight bit of cover. Just make your attack roll. I'll take care of the rest. Never mind.
Okay, cool.
Natural 20 and 13 points of damage. Oh shit. Alright, good attack roll, good attack.
And then
the bits of cover do not matter.
for my bonus move, I order Nyx to pounce. So Nyx is actually gonna sprint here and run towards what I assume is a.
They can't hear you.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not sure what happened, but for my closing, I ordered Nyx to pounce. So let's see, if a panther moves at least 20 feet.
Doesn't commanding your panther take an action?
Oh, I have extra attack now.
That's not the same as an extra action. Unfortunately, what that does is it's literally just an extra attack, but only if you make the attack. So you just have to shoot with the longbow. That's why I was saying, like, that kind of sucks.
No, because if you read the description of Ranger's Companion, once you have the extra attack feature, you can make one weapon attack yourself when you command the beast to take the attack action.
I'll take your word for it, but that just seems weird. Makes a little bit more sense because I was thinking a ranger seems stupid with that. But I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I'll put the description of Ranger's Companion in the chat, but yeah, I mean, we haven't been able to do this until we got extra attack. Okay, so and then it hits with a claw attack on the same turn. That target must succeed on a DC 12. So I'm gonna hit with a claw. Alright, let me.
Got a 12 on the save.
So I think I have to try to hit it with the claw attack first, and if I hit it, then it has to do a DC save. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I'm trying to read it and figure it out. No, it's the other way around. It must make the saving throw or be knocked prone. If the target is prone, the panther can make one bite attack as a bonus action. And then hits with the claw. Well, yeah, I guess the claw attack first.
Right.
I always thought it was just the save.
I think the save is just to see if you're, like, gonna be knocked prone.
Alright, so that'll hit.
Thank God.
I got a 12, so that meets the save and not knocked prone.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Crix?
My shadow is gonna push the baby into Justalin's arms. Hopefully he'll accept it, because then my shadow is gonna take off and move over to here. Then I'm gonna use half of my movement to swap places with my shadow. And then 10 feet of movement to position myself right there, and then I'm gonna go for my attacks.
Okay. $25 hits. Nice. The 20 hits.
And then if she's still up, I'm going to use my action surge to make one more attack.
Yep, still up. Alright, sinking it in. Third attack's a hit. 15 points of damage. Now, I need a dexterity saving throw. As you swing in the axe for the third time, the creature turns from the living flesh to bits of rotten flesh, then to solid stone. Your glaive is stuck in place. Can each of you roll me a perception check as you hear a voice? So easy to fool.
Apparently, I have enhanced hearing now that my eyes are gone.
Oh, since my turn is ending with my shadow more than 30 feet away from me, it's gonna poof.
Across the field to the west, just Stalin and Kreptili, you see that same creature appear.
I hear it.
Turning, you can see it.
So I'm not blind anymore? Or...
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot you were blind. I have to wait for your turn.
I didn't.
It's
But that's understandable. Let's go.
with that being the end of your turn?
Yeah, there's nothing I can do on my turn to try and free my glaive, is there?
Unfortunately not. Just Stalin. I need, with the thankful reminder, a saving throw from you. Wisdom
Any
saving throw. A wisdom save.
Wisdom.
Alright, just Stalin. I need a little bit to go off of here. What are you doing? You have the baby.
Clutching the baby tight and going away from anything that sounds hostile. So I'm going in the opposite direction. I'm going east.
Okay. As just Stalin clutches the child, taking one step to the east, you see him waver in his step. The knees buckle, and as he falls, just Stalin turns to dust and vanishes. The child falls into the snow below. Just Stalin. For the next little bit, I'm gonna send you a PM. But Adashi, it's your turn.
All right.
I'm still encased in ice, right?
Correct. With 4 HP.
So I mean, I'm restrained. Like I can't really move or anything.
Correct. Can't move at all.
And am I fully encased?
Your neck.
I got nothing. Can I try to break out of the ice? Another saving throw or something? Or...
You can give me a Constitution saving throw. Ah. Yeah, Connor's strength. I'll let you choose.
I'll go with con.
Alright, you see the ice beginning to break a little bit more than you may have expected. However, it will take a little bit longer to break yourself free.
Cool. Like, oh, in my...
Vieric, it's your turn.
Okay. Shit. I'm gonna step here and try to take a shot from here. 19's a hit, right?
$19, yes, that is a hit. 11 points of damage. Good attack.
And I'm gonna try to shoot again.
The 29, that's a miss. It's too high. 6 points.
Beautiful.
2 arrows sink in. Thoop, thoop. 2 more solid hits.
And I'm gonna try to step back a few steps. And that's gonna end my turn.
Alright. As this creature surveys the battlefield, she looks over each of you, and you hear a call. Fine, I'll just take them both. She outstretches her hand, and this black ball of energy begins to appear. It grows in size before shooting towards each of you. Adashi, you just see this coming in, and you're unable to move. But you're alive, so you'll still get the saving throw. With it landing near Adashi and Kreptili, this black orb, roughly 15 foot in size, it's not a reaction, sorry. But good thought. Unless you got something that makes it a reaction that I'm unaware of.
Nope.
The ball begins to expand 30, 40, 50, then 60 feet. Alright, well that's going to be everybody. Can I get a con save from everybody? Even the Panthers.
I've literally never passed a con save this whole campaign.
It didn't work how I wanted it to. I'm supposed to click the token and then click Constitution save, right?
Yeah, you did it right.
Oh, so it did roll for Kitty?
Oh, no, it didn't roll. Well, I see 2. Do you want the top or bottom one? Which one's going to Kitty?
She can have the top one.
Me, same question.
Well, I rolled just, I guess, a Constitution roll from my Panther. That's not the same thing as a Constitution saving throw, right?
No, but if they don't have a saving throw, then it is.
Okay. Well, then she's
So,
gonna,
no and yes, I guess.
Yeah, so then the one that says Panther will be for the Panther.
Alright. May Veer. Well, no. Adashi. You pass, but it's gonna suck for you no matter what because you gave Virik the fucking stone.
Oh.
So this is gonna wall up. Okay. May, Virik, and Adachi. Each of you will take 18 points of damage. The rest of you will take 37.
Well, I'm down.
Same.
I'm down.
I believe that takes out the Panthers. And Adachi, if you weren't down, which you only had 4 HP, so I know you are, you would actually take basically 37 damage, or 36 damage overall because of the other resistance.
Oh, was it an element? Like element?
Well, kinda. But it's from the stone. It's not an element, technically. And this isn't an element, in theory, either, because it's necrotic damage.
We play with massive.
Vieric,
I think I take it. I think I take a total of 55, which would be double.
boom booms. Vieric, are you still up?
Nah, I'm down.
Okay. Can you roll me a perception check?
I think I'm the only one left standing.
Okay. May, give me a perception check at advantage. Vieric, you didn't roll high enough. Sorry, bud.
That's cool. I'm dead anyways.
So, as each of you are attacked by this black ball of energy, as the energy fades, May, you turn. Vieric is knocked unconscious. I think Adachi's outright dead with the damage. Creptilli is knocked unconscious, so is Crix, and so are the Panthers, at least if not dead.
How does it work with dying again? It's like if it's double.
If it's double, they're max HP.
I mean, it's close, but no, they're not dead.
That's what I was saying. Like, they're at least knocked unconscious, if not dead.
Oh, yeah. Big time unconscious.
The creature looks at you. You should have just handed me the child.
What did you do with my brother?
She snaps her fingers. Justalin reappears. You see Justalin's eyes frantic. He's seen a lot. Justalin, if you want to give any sort of description of what you've seen, feel free.
Gotcha. I've seen demons, dragons, demonic humanoid dragons, and creatures, beings, even the fauna that take delight in the death of all that we hold dear. I know now what it means to live.
Oh, that's
what
enough.
It means to be embraced.
And he's gone.
Ah.
As she snaps her fingers once more. Would you care to join him, young one?
No, and May starts running for the child.
Okay. Creptilli. Go ahead and give me a death save. Alright. It's a path. May, it's your turn.
Okay, May's gonna make a beeline to Creptilli. Creptilli? Oh, it's hard to say for some reason. And do Cure Wound.
occupy the same space, but you have enough to get there. I don't know which one you're hiding under. Cryptilia. Nope, I was wrong.
Oh wait, what?
I just said you can't occupy the same space. I was guessing that you're underneath Cryptilia's token, but you were under Adashi's.
Oh, I didn't notice. My bad. I was so confused.
All right, 13 hit points to Cryptili.
And then I think that's it. I don't have any more movement.
Crix. Dead save, bud. It is a fail. You hear the witch cackling a tad bit as she continuously snaps her fingers every couple of seconds, just. And each time she does, Justalin appears and disappears from sight. She seems to be toying with you, May. One time, Justalin appears and he's just covered in mud. The second time he appears, he's just completely soaked and he begins to crystallize in ice with the cold wind whipping about. And the third time he appears, he reappears with these dragon-like creatures. However, they're roughly the size of maybe 2 fists put together. They're quite small, but there's a lot of them. And he's swinging like crazy, going back and forth with them, trying to hit them as they breathe their little tiny, cute, fiery breaths. And then he disappears once more. Adashi. Death save. Oh wait, you're outright dead.
Yeah.
No death save required. Thank you. Vieric, death save. Alright, Vieric, first one is a fail.
Okay, I didn't know if it worked or not because it didn't do anything when I clicked it the first time, so.
I thought the same thing with mine.
You see this creature continuously snapping their fingers until becoming solid stone. Well, you just won't quit, will you? As she snaps her fingers once more, bringing Justalin back, and then says, well, you're the oddball now. Snaps her fingers one more time, waves her hand as the black orb begins to absorb each of you once more. And I believe that'll knock everyone unconscious, pass or fail. And those who have failed will now take one failed throw, but with each of you rolling it out, I will pull us out of combat. And, Vieric, I need a con save at advantage from you, please. With a last bit of a gasp of air, you see this creature move forward. Take a step towards Adashi, and then stab. Then, everything goes dark. just so I don't leave you each in quite a bit suspense, and making you feel that I just murdered everyone as Crix does right now. As everything goes dark, you begin to hear and feel the coldness, the heavy air back at Silvera's tomb. As each of you open your eyes, you see Silvera standing before you. Well, that was just splendid, she exclaims, looking towards each of you. However, there was one mistake.
It was all a test.
But of course, a bit of a failed one, if I do say so myself. But then with that is where we will call and end tonight's session. Just so you know, the spell that hit you was if you don't pass the wisdom save on your next save, you're teleported in between other planes that are randomly chosen, which is why I didn't want to give a real long description in the beginning, because there's so many planes. So it just is yeah, this is what's going on. You can give a description if you want.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know if it was just one terrible plane or just random. So I got you.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of planes.
All the more reason I was confused and expressed confusion.
But we'll definitely get to what I'm sure that each of you have a lot of questions for next week when we continue our story for Fight for Blight.
Cool.
Everyone have a good night. See y'all next time.
Later.
Bye.
Night.
Bye, everyone.
Travel more planes with you next time.